Well, good morning. I'm meteorologist Lisa Green with an update on our forecast. As we head into a new week this week, we've got smoke yet again. It's back. And in addition to that, we are talking about another active week. I was really hopeful we could have a quieter week this week, but it's looking like we've got to watch out for storms yet again. And that includes today. So let's get right to it. Let's take a look at our sky cam in Fargo. You can see it is looking hazy. We've got smoke. We've got conditions that are going to be on the hazy side as we continue on through this morning. And in addition to that, we're watching out for, again, that potential for storms. But right now it's mostly sunny, aside from, of course, the smoke issues going on. Quick look at UND. We've got some bluer skies there, it looks like, as we're looking west from the UND Aerospace building in West Fargo, in Grand Forks. Sorry to both of your communities. We are looking to the west, visibility reported as 2 miles. So again, still a bit of haze going on there. So back to Fargo, again, on the smoky side. Here's a look at our air quality index, lots of places in the red. And that means we are in the unhealthy category. It means that we're looking out for potential for smoke to affect everybody. This is the time where it's recommended that you limit outdoor exercise and activities. And in addition to that, those of us who are extra sensitive would be recommended that you stay indoors as much as possible during unhealthy air quality days like today. Some good news is that I am seeing some improvement in parts of the region. I'm going to pull up a different map here for you. There we go. This is the Air Now fire and smoke map, and each one of these sensors, is color coded for the air quality index we're experiencing. So checking in again on Fargo, we are at 174. That means that we are in that unhealthy range, and you can see we've been there for a while here. It started early this morning, and then we just continue to stay in that range. So again, 174 for Fargo. We'll check in on a sensor in Grand Forks as well. Very close to getting to the very unhealthy category. In fact, it looks like we were there not too long ago in Grand Forks. We had an air quality report of 206, 207, and 203 through the 9 o'clock hour. So a little bit of improvement showing up there. So for a time, the air was very unhealthy. And, it's been a little bit for it to move into some of our viewing area in Minnesota, but now it's there. Over at Red Lake, air quality reported at Red Lake Nation Hospital at 164. So, again, in that range, unhealthy is in that 150 to the 200 range. So you can see it has ramped up in the graphic here pretty quickly over the last couple of hours. But I wanted to talk about good news too. So yes, it is spreading eastward for those who did not have the smoke yesterday. It's here now or moving in. But where the smoke was yesterday, there's some improvement. Let's take a look. At the Losswood National Wildlife Refuge, we're looking at air quality in the moderate range. So that's looking better there. And back over toward Williston, we're looking at air quality in the 70s as well. So that's, again, in the moderate range. So that's all because there's a cold front moving through. And you can see the improved air quality up toward southern Saskatchewan as well. And so as that cold front sweeps through, it's going to help to sweep that smoke eastward. So it may worsen for you for a time and then get better for a time. So let's take a look again back at our air quality index right now. And again, we are in that range in red for a lot of places, or about to go in that range. So let's move on into, let's see here. Let's move on to our visibility reports. We are in the 1 mile to 5 mile range essentially for most areas. Grand Forks down to 2 miles again at the airport there, 4 in Fargo. So again, just an indicator. We want to see 10 on the map. That tells us there's no obstructions to our view. So when we're below 10, something's going on, and this is, of course, the smoke that's bringing down our visibility today. So here are a couple of alerts I want to report to you. We've got an air quality alert that is in effect until 9 a.m. on Tuesday as of last check. And that, of course, is in Minnesota. North Dakota does not issue air quality alerts. And then in the, I'm going to check on these rivers. We've got 2 river flood warnings, basically the Buffalo River here. You can see that they are in effect until Tuesday morning on that northern warning, and we'll check in on the South Branch until 10 a.m. on Friday. So let's take a look at the river stage graph at the Buffalo River near Dilworth. You can see we are in flood stage at 14.17 feet and still rising, and it's expected to reach 16.5 feet right in the middle of minor flood stage by the time we get into, it looks like Tuesday evening and overnight into early Wednesday. So again, watching some of our rivers, you can check our river level graphs at valleynewslive.com or right on our VNL weather app. So, okay, we've got more rain coming our way. I mentioned the cold front. This is going to be a factor for us for the afternoon and evening hours. You can see there are some showers up north as we take a more, just gonna scroll and zoom in a little bit more. Some of our communities up north, you can see that we've got some showers from Roseau back over through places like the Nittany area, back into Rock Lake, seeing a couple of passing very light sprinkles or light showers. But the main round with this system is to the north and west. You can see that there on the radar. We've got plenty of cloud cover with it, and in addition, plenty of rain. And so as this front moves, and this system in general moves eastward, it will increase our chances for rain and thunderstorms too coming up for this afternoon. So let's take a look at our planner for Fargo. Our temperatures are going to be getting into the 70s to 80s. If you're behind the front, you're going to cool back into the 70s by this later afternoon. If you're ahead of the front, we're looking at 80s. You can see that we've got that potential for some storms heading into the evening hours for Fargo. And we'll track this out for you. So let's start things off at noon. And moving on into the midday or mid-afternoon, 2 p.m., the rain and thunder, again, advances eastward a little bit more, 3 p.m., looking at that. And then by the time we get into 5 o'clock, you can see that leading line starting to intensify a little bit. So some places up in northwest Minnesota, back up into the northern half of the valley, essentially. Of course, timing could vary by an hour or two, so just keep that in mind for your plans this evening. And then you can see that line advances south and eastward, and we might have a couple of rounds make their way through as we work our way into this evening. And 1 or 2 of these storms could become severe, so that's what we're watching out for here heading into tonight. But the good news is, this is 1 a.m. Most of the rain is gone. Where it may linger is up along the international border closer to the center of this system, but the front will sweep through rather quickly, and then we get a break for most areas in the valley from the rain and thunder showers. Once we get into the afternoon, we'll be making our way into some of that marginal risk. So we're looking at most of the valley under marginal risk. We are seeing conditions that could turn severe late afternoon and into the evening. A low risk for tornado, but we are looking at hail up to 1 inch in diameter and wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. Marginal risk for storms on Wednesday. So we're looking at several rounds here in the forecast heading into the week this week. Tuesday we get a break, though wildfire smoke may return. And then heading into late Wednesday night and into the overnight, a marginal risk. We could see some wind event issues going on yet again in the late night hours. So that's something to watch. And then another round to watch. This one might be more significant. We're going to be watching this one again closely. This is for Thursday afternoon and night, the potential for more storms across the valley. And so another round possible for us as we make our way further into the week. So rainfall potential, we're looking at rainfall that is going to be varying. For some of us, we may see, a little bit, and this is over the course of time through Friday into Saturday. We could see some places that get more than 1 inch or 2 inches of rain, but not everybody gets that amount. And then here's a look at our extended planner. Again, that break on Tuesday, a little bit of smoke, reducing our visibility. Temperatures this week, upper 70s to low 80s. And, I only went through Thursday. There's a chance we could see more active weather as we continue on through the weekend. So that's how things are looking right now. We're looking at conditions that are going to be on that unsettled side here this week, and interspersed with these storms, the potential for some smoke too. So want to make sure you're staying weather aware all week, and of course we'll be right here for you, keeping you updated. Have a great Monday.